I woke up to the shocking news from Travis Kelce talking about retirement, one of, if not the greatest tight ends of all time, but he did not play his greatest game in the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce, a perennial All-Pro, obviously a several-time over Pro Bowler. He will walk into the Hall of Fame. The question is he going to start that walk today? Take a listen to Kelce.
I'm going to take some time to figure it out. And I think I owe it to my teammates that if I do come back, it's going to be something that it's a wholehearted decision. I'm not half-assing it. And I'm fully here for them. And I think I can play. It's just whether or not I'm motivated or it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person to take on all that responsibility.
Travis Kelce, I don't know if he actually speaks that fast or if the sound was a little sped up, but nonetheless, y'all got the gist. I loved his comments. Shady, you're his former teammate of you. I played with his brother. I just know Trav. But I love his comments because you cannot cheat the game of football. And Travis Kelce's comments seem to me as though he's aware you can't cheat the game of football. Kel said, if I'm going to come back, I'm not going to halfway do it. If I'm going to come back, I'm going to be fully committed to coming back. Travis Kelce, by statistics, his play deteriorated this year, and it deteriorated the year before. As you get older, your game is going to deteriorate. The question is, can you slow down the deterioration of your game by how you approach the offseason? If we're being honest, Kelce will make more money by retiring.
Oh, yeah.
If we're being honest, Kelce will be more famous by retiring. If we're being honest, Kelce will have an easier life by retiring. The question is, Kelce, what do you want? I remember I wanted to leave for the NFL after my junior year, James Jones. I was tired of being in college. I'd played 3 years in college. I played every year with my brother. My brother 1 year older than me. My brother declared for the NFL draft. I wanted to declare the same year as my brother. But my coach, Will Muschamp, current coach at Georgia, he came up to me, he said one thing, Chase Daniel. He said this. He said, Acho, come back for your senior year and get drafted higher. He said, but you're not going to get drafted higher just because you come back.
Yeah,
you got to come back, go to weights every day at 6 a.m. You got to come back, go to practice every day at 4 p.m. You got to come back and do prehab, not rehab, prehab to make sure you don't get hurt. You got to come back and you got to go to class to make sure you stay eligible. Then you will get drafted higher. Kelce, just because you come back, it seems like he's aware, just because you come back for another year don't mean you're going to a Super Bowl. Just because you come back for another year don't mean you're going to ball. Just because you come back for another year does not mean you're going to show out. You got to do all the great things in the offseason and then come back and do those things. Shady, I love the comments of your former teammate because he seems incredibly aware of what it will take, and he seems like he doesn't know if he's willing to give what it will take, and I love the self-awareness.
Well, I think him and his brother went through this, so I think he can really talk to Jason about this decision. But, I mean, it's a hard decision for him. It really is. You're part of a dynasty that every year they're either in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. So in his mind, it's okay, we'll be back for sure. That's because all they did was do that. And the second thing is hard because, I mean, we all are not dating billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you look at his post-career, oh, my God, it's huge. His future is bright. So you're thinking about that. But one thing about being a really great player is hanging the cleats up. And I remember when I was young and I was in my prime, there was certain guys that would jump on the team that had great success in their career, right? But they was trying to, steal a ring. And they wasn't really dedicated. And I said, yo, I could never be that. And when I hear him talk, he's saying basically, if I'm going to play this game, if I'm going to come back, I got to make sure that it's in my 100% in my heart. I got to make sure I'm giving all my teammates everything I have, every single play, every single practice, every single game. And I respect that because a lot of people don't do that. I remember when my career was winding down, and I'm on my last 2 years, really my last year, and I wasn't extra with it, but I was in the coach, hey, coach, look, man, I'm watching tape, you watching tape. You telling me LaShawn McCoy can't do that right there? I can do that what the running backs is doing. And dude's like, yo, why you tripping? We about to win the Super Bowl, dog. You got great stats. And I'm like, nah, I'm not here for that. So when I listen to Kelce speak, he's like, if I'm going to be on his team, I'm going to be a big contributor. And one thing I will say, yes, his stats has been declining. Yeah. I would say that. But there's so many other players that had to change their game still to be successful. Yep. Jason Witten. I remember watching Jason Witten ball out, right, for Tennessee. Yeah. Then he goes to the NFL, was doing the same thing. And then as he got older, going to retirement, I'm like, yo, he can't even run no more.
Right.
And guess what? He's still getting open.
Catches.
So I think if Kelce comes back, I think he has to change his game a little bit because he's so talented that he can do that. And if he's going to give his chance to come back in this league, it's not going to be just to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. It's for to go to a Super Bowl. That's what they do.
But he has to be.
Just hearing his comments that wants to retire, but he's struggling with letting his team down because he is that team-first guy. So The motivation factor, right? I want to speak into that. And you said it too. All the work outside of the games, that's the work that, like when I was about to retire after 14 years and I didn't even play really, that was the one that was like, you go to OTAs. All right, you're in OTAs, now you're in phase 1 of OTAs. Now you're in phase 2. Now you got to get on the field. Now you got to work out. Now you got to keep yourself in shape. Now you got to do just a little bit extra because you're a little bit older. Now, how do we watch more film? Because we got to change our game. Okay, we're not a man beater. Now, Andy Reid, when do you use them? Okay, you got to use them in zone beaters because you can't use a man, but he's a team leader. He's a captain. He's one of the OGs. He was there the first year Andy Reid was there. So him and they have a really great relationship. And then
Kelce knew walking off the field in Tampa, it's a wrap. He probably knew 3 weeks before that. It's over. I knew. I came home, told the wife, hey, I'm done. All right, when I walk out there on the field, I don't got the joy in it no more. Mentally, I ain't out there trying to stuff. It's a wrap. All right, and I'm not going to cheat the game. You know when you're done. This is a good guy talking about, hey, man, we just lost. I'm a little emotional.
Yeah, but he just, right. Emotions
is very, very fresh. Love my teammates. He will be back.
You played 10? All right, 9. So I ain't gonna lie. James is right though. You know, you know.
When did you know?
This is what
the facility.
To be honest, look, I knew when Coach had a nerve to say, hey, look, man, look, I want you to coach these boys. Take the clipboard and take the iPad and coach them up. I'm like, oh,
Bruce Arians said that?
Bruce Arians. I said, Coach, you see me.
Coach him up.
You see me in training camp. You see, in the one game I actually played, I was balling. Yeah. I said, Coach, me? You sure? I said, yeah, I'm done. And I ain't about to not.
So it took a hit to
I'm not about to sit the bench when I'm disrespectfully, I'm gonna say this just as good as the other players. Older or not, I'm just as good, and y'all know it. And for me not to play, because me and Grant was talking about this the last time I seen him at the conference game. Yep. I'm like, yo, I can't play, Coach? That was it. I'm going. I'm going.
It's funny. Obviously, I retired the youngest at 25. Been cut by the Eagles 5 times.
It's another year. Another year.
How many years you played?
5?
I heard 7 one time.
I was running and I hurt my leg. And Howie cut me 8 times.
I got cut 5 times by the age of 25. I only played 4 years.
Put down your notes.
That's 4 years.
4 years. I knew because I was.
Well, I guess it's different. But I want to ask you, did you love playing football? Did you love the game of football? Did you really love it?
No.
It don't sound like it.
No.
Right?
I love the mentality.
So
I love the chess match.
But Kelce, right?
It's part of who he is.
He loves it. He loves it, bro. If you know him, if you really know him, I know him well.
Yeah.
He's always loved since college. He's loved the game. Because he won a superstar in college and still kept going.
Yeah.
Right? I remember him hanging out with his brother. I'm like, yo, y'all way different. But one thing they was the same at, they love the game. So when I hear you speak like that, and I'm trying to put it in comparison to Kelce, I think it's gonna be a hard decision for him because he's like, he may see himself on tape. That's one thing about when you're a great player, you see it, right? Yo, I used to kill this guy. Yeah. Now this dude is kind of sticking with me. But he loved the game.
He's
so
really
much.
self-aware.
Let me have an honest question though, with
really
everybody here, because I remember, and obviously I was not who any of y'all at the desk were in the NFL. I remember going around the locker room and I would ask guys, I said, hey, what's the amount it would take for you to retire? Not the high-level guys, not the shadies, the money. Because so often, like, the dude 35 to 53 on the roster, like, y'all were usually top 20 on the roster. Obviously, Shady, you were top 3 or top 4. James, you were top 20 on the roster. But the dude's, like, 35 to 53. So those last 20 people on the roster, for us, it wasn't as fun. Now, not Travis, but for us, like, we grinded. Like, and we're grinding. If you're Kelce, and obviously Taylor Swift aside, her $1 billion aside, your fame will be bigger outside the sport. Your money will be bigger outside the sport, and your health will be bigger outside the sport. And your brother's already left the sport and has just signed a $8 million a year deal on TV. At least that's what things are saying. What you still playing for? Like well, you know, like what you got the Hall of Fame.
At his age, making the money that he made, accomplishing what he's accomplished, do we have a chance? That's number one. The Kansas City Chiefs have a chance to go to the Super Bowl every year. So if you are on the Chicago Bears or the Carolina Panthers and you're having the career he's having and the media is sitting there, you know what? We probably ain't even got a chance to make it to the playoffs. We rebuilding over here. That's another reason why you're retired. I don't see him walking away from the game because for the next 10 years, because that's how many years I'm thinking, assuming Patty gonna play, at least 10 more.